Imagine a man who peered into the darkest corners of the human mind, a man who dared to unravel the tangled threads of desire, memory, and pain. Sigmund Freud didn't just invent therapy, he unearthed a hidden world within us all. Yet, in his quest to liberate humanity from its unconscious chains, he became ensnared in his own. What does it mean to devote your life to understanding the human psyche only to find yourself trapped in the very labyrinth you mapped? This isn't just a story about psychology. It's a parable about the price of genius, the shadows of revelation, and the haunting question, can we ever truly heal others if we are broken ourselves? Think of the child who witnesses something unbearable. The mind, in its mercy, buries the memory deep, but the body remembers. The heart remembers. Decades later, a grown man flinches at a raised voice, or a woman freezes at the scent of cologne, not knowing why. Freud called this repression, the mind's desperate act of self-preservation. But what happens when the keeper of these secrets becomes the most repressed of all? Freud, the architect of psychoanalysis, taught us to dig, to confront the buried traumas that shape us. Yet, in his own life, he chain-smoked cigars, numbing himself against the very pain he urged others to face. Is this irony? Or is it the inevitable fate of those who stare too long into the abyss? Consider the Oedipus complex. Freud's theory that every child harbors unconscious desires for one parent and rivalry with the other. It scandalized the world. But what if this theory was less a universal truth and more a mirror held up to Freud's own soul? His father, Jakob, was distant. His mother, Amalia, adored him with a fervor that bordered on obsession. Freud himself admitted he was her golden child, her Siggy. Did he project his own unresolved longing onto all of humanity? And when his daughter Anna grew into his fiercest disciple, analyzed by him, devoted to him, did he ever wonder if the cycle had repeated? The man who taught us to question our deepest impulses seemed blind to his own. Then came cocaine. Freud hailed it as a miracle drug, prescribing it to patients, even himself. He wrote papers praising its virtues, oblivious to its grip, until his friend Ernst von Fleischl, addicted and ruined, died in agony. Freud never spoke of it again. Another repression, another buried truth. Is this not the tragic flaw of the healer? To see the wounds of others so clearly while your own bleed in silence? He gave us the talking cure, yet his own letters reveal a man who rarely spoke of his heart, his grief, his terror of aging, his phobia of ferns, of train journeys, of the number 62. What demons whispered to him in the quiet hours? And what of his most famous patient himself? Freud's self-analysis birthed psychoanalysis. He mined his dreams, his slips of the tongue, his childhood memories. But even the greatest explorers leave uncharted territories. He traced his neuroses to his nursemaid, to his father, to the streets of Vienna, yet he never fully confronted his own mortality. When cancer ate away at his jaw, he refused painkillers as if punishing himself. Was this courage, or was it the final act of a man who spent his life dissecting pain, yet could not bear to surrender to it? Before we continue, this type of video takes time and effort. If you enjoyed the content and want to support me, you can do so through Super Thanks. Thank you to everyone who appreciates the effort. Let's complete the journey together. Freud's legacy is a paradox. He taught us that the unconscious is a realm of symbols, yet he clung to literal interpretations. He revealed the power of sexuality, yet his own marriage was a study in Victorian restraint. He warned of transference, patients falling in love with their therapists. Yet he dismissed it when his protege, Carl Jung, confessed dreaming of him as a lion. Don't take it personally, Freud said. But how could Jung not? When the father of psychoanalysis refused to be analyzed himself, what message did that send? That some truths are too dangerous to face. That even the bravest minds have their limits. And then there's the death drive, Freud's bleakest theory. The idea that beneath our lust for life, there's a darker pull, a longing to return to stillness, to nothingness. Was this science? Or was it the confession of a man who'd spent too many years wrestling with the unconscious, only to find it staring back with his own exhausted eyes? In the end, as the Nazis burned his books and Freud fled Vienna, did he wonder if his life's work would survive? Or did he, like Oedipus, feel the weight of his own revelations? That knowledge comes at a cost, and some doors once opened can never be closed.